No, there ain't no rest for the wicked until we close our eyes for good. Not even 15 minutes later.
Welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Cannabis. Today's episode, we will be making a medicated mushroom and parmesan risotto with the French bone-in pan-seared chicken breast. But just take a quick second, I would like to take a moment and tell you guys about Above the Clouds Fest in Los Angeles, happening October 4th. It's going to be amazing. There's a bunch of music, vendors. It's going to be off the charts. It's going to be totally game-changing. Check it out on eventbrite.com. That's eventbrite.com. And get your tickets, because after September 28th, that's it. Tickets close, and it's going to be a closed event. There will be no tickets at the door. It's going to be fantastic. All right, let's get going.
Action. Okay.
In today's episode, you will need just a few ingredients. Today, we're going to need about 2 cups of mushrooms. I use whole mushrooms because I think they're sexier. I got a 1/4 cup of onion and a 1/4 cup of chopped garlic. I also have 2 bone-in French chicken breasts that we're going to sear. It's going to look nice. I got 2 cups of Parmesan cheese, 2 cups of cow roast rice. This is very important. It's cow roast. That is what you use to make this dish that we're going to make. I also have my butters. I also have my oils. You're going to also need about 2 saute pans and approximately 2 liters of chicken stock, which I have personally medicated myself. All right, let's get going.
Action.
So to start, I'm going to take this chicken, and I have hot oil on my pan. I used a dry rub. It's very basic. I used a little paprika, salt, cracked pepper. As you can see, it's really hot. So we're just going to set that down, skin side down. Oh, listen to that. I've told you many times before how sexy I think that sound is. All right, so we're going to let that sizzle for a few minutes. And what we're looking for, again, is the Maillard reaction. That's, again, when our proteins crystallize and give us that really nice crunch on our proteins. Delicious. So this is going to be the protein of our dish, and we're actually going to pair this with a medicated risotto. So my risotto is going to be a super, super heady-meddy meal, but then the chicken's going to off-center it, so you'll have actual food in your stomach at the same time. It's a good combination. A lot of people dig this. All right, so this is going to take about 2 to 3 minutes, possibly a little bit longer, so I'll catch you in just a second. All right, so it's been about 3 minutes now. You can see that the skin is nice and crispy and sexy and ready to go. That's your dry rub that looks a little black. That will actually come off, and the skin itself will be crispy. It's so good. Just wait, you'll see. From here, I have an oven set at 350. I'm just going to go ahead and stick that whole bad boy in there like that and let it cook off. Now I'm going to change over into my next pot. So from here, we are going to be making a risotto. So you're going to take... Oops, a little too high right there. Story of my life, a little too high. So anyways, we're going to take about 2 teaspoons of can of butter right into this hot pot right here. Let it melt down. Kind of just mix it, make sure it gets nice and distributed. Doesn't take too long. I like to use a wooden spoon in risotto. It's the classic way to do it. I think it gives it a taste that a metal or a rubber spat wouldn't. Besides, you should never really use metal in your good pots. So from here, we're going to take our onions and our garlic. Just going to throw those in there. Oh, yes. Now, what we're doing on this, we're going to kind of get them a little mixed up right here. We want to get these pretty translucent. You want to start smelling in your kitchen the smell of garlic, a little bit of that aroma. It'll be mixed with a little bit of pat, so it's a delicious smell. I think all of you can enjoy this. All right, so the cooking of the onions and the garlic is going to take, I don't know, a minute to 2 minutes, so I'll catch you in a second. All right, so at this point you see that the garlic is a little browned. It's getting to that point. We don't want it too brown. Onions are a little translucent, so what I'm going to do is take my rice, dump it right in there. Just like that. You're gonna, this is method, getting all the butter and the garlic and the onions all moist with the butter. This is called pearling your rice. As you can see, the rice is kind of changing a different color because it's getting wet. See that? Beautiful. So now we're going to kind of toast this rice a little bit, but not too much, not too long. Just kind of keep it moving. It's about right about there. There's no more butter. You see, it's all absorbed. It's just dry pretty much at this point. Nothing too crazy. This part's pretty easy. So from here, we're going to take our stock that's already warm. We're going to go ahead and stick a couple ladles in. So depending on how big your ladle is, that's about 5 scoops for me. But this is about how much you want, right there. And you're just going to sit here and stir this until the rice absorbs all of the liquid. And this is how we're cooking our rice. This is the cooking method right here. So I just turned the heat of the stove down to a medium heat. And as you can see, as I'm stirring, all that liquid is being absorbed into this rice. Look, it's getting thick again. Almost dry. This is what you want. And you're just going to consistently move it, because what you're doing is you're breaking the starches off of the rice, and this is going to create this really creamy texture that is so delicious. Plus we add a little bit more ganja butter and a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and it just sets it off, everybody. I'm telling you, this is going to blow your mind. Now, like I said earlier, I actually medicated my chicken broth as well earlier. It's a little trick that I like to use for myself. But you could do it either way. You can do the same thing with cream that we did on the first episode. Just switch the cream out for the chicken stock. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's the first episode. So again, I added more chicken stock, and I'm just turning it. Now this process takes about 15 minutes, or a little shorter than that actually. It's not too long. But as you can see, it's already starting to get very creamy. And these are our starch enzymes emulsifying this dish, creating that creamy texture. So I'm going to give it another ladle full here. Sound like it's from the middle of the United States right there. I'm giving me another ladle full. Shut that out. Now this is one of those dishes that you will impress a significant other with right here, let me tell you. People pay big money for risotto in fine dining restaurants, and the fact that this is medicated, it's just a winning combination, my friends. So I'm going to do this process about 5 more times. It's looking about 5 more times. So I will see you soon, and we'll be pretty much ready to plate. Peace. So this is going for about 20 minutes now. I have added stock as needed. As you can see, I haven't used all of my chicken stock, but this is the consistency we wanted at. Look at that creamy goodness right there, you guys. It's delicious. I tried it. Be careful, risotto is really hot, so be sure to blow on it when you try on it, okay, everybody? Because this is very hot. But you can see the creaminess in it. It's delicious. So at this point, we're going to take our cheese. We're going to dump it in there. Not all of it. I took about half of that right there, maybe even a little under a half. Dump it on there. We're going to start mixing that in. Look at that goodness. I can already tell that it's going to need some more cheese. So just add a little bit more. There we go. That should be the creaminess that I want. Now you can really see the creaminess and the texture coming through. Look at that. Cheesy goodness of rice. Oh my. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and take your already cooked mushrooms that are whole. Just kind of mix them in there. So that way they really contrast with your risotto. I love mushrooms. Alright, that's it for the risotto. Let's check our chicken. So as you can see, that's been in there for a minute. What I'm gonna do is come underneath the skin and flip it. Oh yeah, that is definitely gorgeous and beautiful. Look at that. Gonna go ahead and do that to the next one. Oh yeah, take some of that. There you go. That was just your dry rub. All the rest of that seasoning is locked into that right there. It's gorgeous. All right, next is plating.
Action.
All right, so the chicken and the risotto is ready. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our serving spoon and take the plate we're gonna use. I'm gonna stick that right on the corner, like on the side of your plate. I'm using a bigger plate because I like the presentation version of it all. You guys know that, you've been watching the videos. So I'm gonna take that right over like that. Oop, got a little string of cheese right there. Get one more good one. Remember, pack it high and deep, just like that. We're gonna take our chicken breast, lay it right over like that. And there you have it. A medicated Parmesan mushroom risotto with a pan-seared bone-in French chicken breast. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you very much. I've had a blast. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.